So you're 28. Your income is higher than it has ever been, and you've got the apartment, the car, maybe even some savings starting to build. On paper, it looks like progress, but here's what nobody talks about. This is precisely when most people quietly fall behind. So not through dramatic failures, not through crypto crashes or day trading disasters, but they simply let good income disappear into good living. So by 30, you'll either be building real wealth or earning more than ever, wondering why you feel financially stuck. And the difference comes down to 3 moves. They're not exciting. They're not going to get you TikTok followers. But if you skip them now, you will pay the price for decades. So let's get into it. So the first one is redirect income growth. So the real danger at 28 isn't bad investments. It's good income that vanishes into lifestyle. Every raise gets absorbed, better apartment, nicer car, and more expensive habits are disguised as I deserve it or you deserve it. This feels like progress, but it's actually financial quicksand. Because here's the maths that everyone ignores. Imagine a $10,000 raise invested at 7%. That becomes $39,000 in 20 years. Do that every year through your 30s and you've built $400,000 without any heroics. But spend it and it's gone forever. So the rule is simple. When income raises, redirect at least half before you touch your lifestyle. And not because upgrading is wrong, but because automatic upgrades guarantee you'll always live pay to pay, no matter how big the paycheck actually gets. So while everyone else is celebrating their salary bump with a new car payment, wealth builders are invisibly funneling those dollars into assets. The second key is plant your first real asset. So this move is really about starting to build assets now. So your advantage at 28 isn't your income, it's time. You still have 30 plus years of compounding ahead. And that's something that people in their 40s would pay anything to get back. Most people wait. I'll invest when I have more money, or, I'll invest when I have more time. But that day never arrives, and there's always another expense or another reason to delay. The brutal truth is starting early matters more than starting big. $300 a month into index funds from 28 to 65 becomes $600,000. If you start at 35, it's only $400,000. The market doesn't negotiate, it compounds, and it just gives you what it gives you. Pick something boring, low-cost ETF. Property deposit fund, small business that maybe generates cash flow. The asset doesn't matter. The habit is what matters the most. Don't chase the perfect investment. That's what keeps most people on the sidelines. Just get your money working for you, because once you cross that line from someone who only earns to someone who also owns, everything changes. The third key is build your safety net. Sounds really boring, but it enables everything else. Build a proper emergency fund. So most 20-year-olds are just weeks away from a financial crisis. If they lose their job, they are scrambling. And that's not wealth building. That is survival mode. So real wealth starts with not needing the next pay. So 6 to 12 months of expenses in cash. You've heard it before, I know, but not for growth, but for stability. Because when you're not worried about next month's rent, you can invest with a clear head instead of panic. This isn't wealth building, it's wealth enabling. Because when you can survive without your job, you can take risks. It means you don't have to stay in toxic situations. You can invest with patience instead of desperation. Warren Buffett calls this financial independence. So it's not about never working. It's about never having to accept bad terms because you are desperate. Calculate your monthly costs. Multiply that by maybe 8 and build towards that number systematically. Never rate it for vacations or upgrades. It's insurance for your bigger financial life. So the 3 moves before 30 are redirect income growth into assets, not lifestyle. Plant your first investment, however small, and build independence before building wealth. These won't make you rich overnight, but they'll make you someone who gets richer every year instead of someone who just earns more while staying financially stuck. So most people will ignore this. They'll confuse bigger paychecks with financial progress. In 10 years, they'll be wondering why they're still living month to month despite earning 6 figures. But you don't have to be most people. I'm building something called Learn, which is a free program that walks through these foundations step by step. It's not ready yet, but if you want early access, come and join my newsletter. Now, your 40-year-old self is counting on what you do today, so don't let them down.